Welcome, everyone. This is Marquesa Pettway, and here I am interviewing one of my NSA colleagues. Now, this is a heavy hitter, guys. It's so funny because we have been online friends for years, for a long time, but I finally got a chance to talk to this brilliant one. He comes from the CSP world, but he's a venture capitalist. What that means is folks give him money to invest, celebrities, millionaires, those kind of folks. So this is exciting. He's also a CSP, and he's a member of the $1 Million Speakers Group within NSA. So I want to jump right into it. Welcome, Joel Block.
Thank you very much. Nice to thanks for the flattering introduction.
Not a problem. And this is an extension of my Speaker Toolkit column in Speaker Magazine. So Joel, everybody wants to know initially, you're in the $1 Million Club. That's a very big deal. And a lot of speakers want to be a part of the $1 Million Club. Can you share with us, I guess, the short version? How did you get there? How did you become a member of the $1 Million Club in this professional speaking space?
Well, so there's two parts to the answer. To actually join the club, you have to send financial statements from your company to Stacy at NSA. He reviews them confidentially, and then if he approves you, then he forwards an email, not the financial materials, but just an email that says, "I have approved this person to whoever the chairman of the group is for the next year." And so that's the process in NSA. And so the business that I have, I run a seminar company. I speak, well, last year it was 40 times. This year it will probably be close to 20 times because it was a little over the top last year. So I was away from home a little too much. But I run a seminar company, and it's true, I am in the venture capital business. I spent 18 years in that business, and venture capital means investing in companies. I had built a publishing company, which I sold to a Fortune 500 company, and then I took some of that money and started investing in other companies. The second thing is more recently, in the last 7 or 8 years, I came back to real estate. I started in real estate, now I've come back, and I set up a hedge fund. And a hedge fund is where investors give me their capital, and we have a pool of money. I'm not a broker. I actually have the money in a bank account that I control. And then I travel around. I've got a team of guys that are looking at real estate all over the country. And I travel around and I look at real estate, and we buy things. We buy assets, and I get a percentage of all the money that we make. So if we do really, really good, I do really, really good. If we don't make good decisions, I don't get paid. So my money is really, really where my mouth is. And all the partners in our fund, we all have, all the guys who run the fund with me, we all have money in the fund. This isn't a bunch of people telling other people what to do. This is really people really doing stuff.
Wow.
So it's not like consulting. It's really we're really doing it.
So here's a question from a speaker's perspective. Let's say that we're running our business. Maybe we're at 80,000. Maybe we're in the 6 figures, or and maybe we're close to the $1 Million Club, if not in the $1 Million Club. What are two things, Joel, and you're really good with this, what are 2 things we need to stop doing as professional speakers if we want to make real money?
You know what I would tell you, that the main thing is stop buying all the crap. Stop buying all the gadgets and the gimmicks and the services and all the stuff that everybody tells you is going to make you successful. If you would take the energy that you're spending buying all the trainings and all the coachings and all the other stuff that you're getting, and you'd focus your attention on your business model and on your strategy and on your plan. It's not fun, by the way. This is not sexy stuff. See, teleseminars and webinars, that's sexy, that's exciting, that's fun, that's bells and whistles. But the truth is, that's not where the juice is. The juice is in the business model. And one of the things you need to understand about people in the $1 Million Speakers Group is there are no speakers in that group. There's no speakers. Now that may be surprising because NSA is a group full of speakers, right? Look at you now. You look like you're freaked out by that. But there are no speakers. You know what's in that group? Business people who speak. They're not speakers. The speakers that are not in our group, most of those people are running around hustling gigs. They're not building a business. Those of us in the $1 million group, we build businesses that take care of us. And my definition of a business is very simple. This is what I used to teach my children when we'd have dinner at night together. I tell my kids that a business is a machine that generates money. We have to create a machine, and we have to not be in the middle of that machine. If we can get away from the machine, then we've got a great machine. If we're the one that has to always turn the crank on the machine, that's not a great machine. And ultimately, even better, is when you're done cranking the machine and the machine's done paying you money, you can spell the golden goose if you want to. That's what a great business is. And there aren't very many people who are speakers that have that kind of a business. Now they have a practice, they have a speaking practice, but they don't have a speaking business. And those are really different things. And I would encourage people to stop buying all the gimmicks and start doing some planning and start really thinking about how they can put their head together with some other people and be smart.
Collaborate, business model, be strategic. I love that. Here's an important question. Some folks may watch this or read what you say in Speaker Magazine. And they're going to think, well, wait a minute, Joel, I'm not out there with a side business or an additional business. Speaking is all I do. Maybe I do keynotes, maybe I do trainings, maybe I do my own events or something. So what do you say to us, folks that don't want to do anything else outside of just using their voice in order to grow their business? What will you say to them?
A business model doesn't mean you have to do the business part different. What it means is it's the underlying stuff that's different. So let me give, for example, I run a seminar company twice a year. I do a conference. I invite real estate brokers, CPAs, attorneys, investment bankers, mortgage lenders, financiers of different types to come because they want to learn how to be in the same business that I'm in. So I'm in a niche. It's a really, really little niche. And I've kind of figured that out over time. And that's, first of all, just by the way, one of my little sayings is money follows expertise. The better you are at something, the more money you're probably going to make. So get really, really clear and focus on what it is you do, know who your people are. And my people are guys that want to learn to be in the same business as me. And, these are all really, really smart people. So I have to know what I'm doing because I can't fool around. I can't pretend that I know because these people would know if I knew or not. They would know. So twice a year I run a seminar. People buy their seats to come to the seminar. And I tell them right up front in the first 5 minutes, nothing's for sale. But if you want my help at the end of the conference to build your fund, because they need an attorney, they need an accountant, they need all these different kinds of services, I will help them quarterback make all that happen. It's a pretty high-end product. And we get a pretty large number of people who buy those packages from us. So, that's my business. And that adds up to be a lot. I mean, just that, I speak. Everything is speaking. It's speaking and consulting. But the way that we've organized it, provides a great amount of productivity. And then out of that has spawned a couple of other businesses. We've started other companies where we got the guys that have been successful and say, listen, why don't we partner on this and we'll do this. And so we've got a lot of stuff going on that's really cool. And I'll just close by saying, I didn't sit down 7 or 8 years ago and draw all that stuff out on a napkin because I couldn't have known this. It kind of evolved over time. But I paid attention, I looked at it, I watched my numbers, I watched my flow and how everything seemed like it went, and I built something based on what I saw happening. So I just tried to be, fluid and go with the flow, and make it happen.
Joel, this is so valuable and great. This is why I love NSA, because we have members like you that become lifelong friends. You've just described to us, you're running a business. You got to look at it that way, not just being a speaker, especially if you want to get to that $1 million level. And you yourself use speaking as a marketing tool, as a revenue stream, as a relationship builder. So also what we're learning from you is leverage the heck out of speaking and stop putting yourself in one little category, which limits your money.
You know what I would say is that there's a lot of ways to skin the cat. There's not only one way. There are some people who think that there's one way, and maybe there's one great way for them. But it doesn't mean that there's one way for everyone. Listen, there are people who make an extraordinary amount of money doing keynotes, fantastic amount of money doing keynotes, and that's awesome for them. I do seminars. I wouldn't mind to do a keynote here or there, but I'm not going to hold a keynote practice where I get invited out 60 times a year. It is just not going to be happening. I just don't ever see it. But I wouldn't mind to do some. I think it would be kind of fun. It would be fun to try and fun to do. And I open conferences. I mean, I do some things, but I kind of stay focused on what it is that I like to do because it's a supplement to another business that I have, my fund. So there's lots of ways to skin the cat, and you just got to stay focused on what works for you and what you can do and how you're going to do it and make it happen.
Joel, thank you so much. You are such a busy guy. If folks are listening to this, especially NSA members, how can they reach out and connect with you?
Probably the best way is email. They can send it to Joel at Bullseye Cap, CAP, Bullseye, BULLSEYE. Cap is in capital.com. And, I'm happy to answer questions or talk to people or whatever they like.
Well, thank you so much for being my friend and being a fellow member of NSA and a fellow CSP.
Hey, well, thanks for reaching out to me. I'm happy to talk to you.
Thank you. And this is Joel Black, guys. See you later.
Bye, guys.